2, 1.
Yeah.
And we're back next day. Podcast number 2. This one's going to be about dreams. We don't know how long it's going to be, but it's just be all about dreams. So we're doing it. So I don't know. Ever since I was a little kid, I've had like really vivid, lucid dreams, and I don't know. I think it's a gift and a curse. A lot of people are like, whoa, vivid dreams. And I also have a really good memory. It's like a photographic memory. So every day I wake up, it's like, boom, it's in my head. And, that's it.
If you don't know what a lucid dream is, it's basically you're dreaming and you're dreaming and you can control and do whatever you want. And I've had a couple, not a lot, but they're pretty
lucid
cool.
dreams too. They say you can control them, but it's not like you always know you're dreaming when you're in one. You always do, and that's kind of the part that makes it a lucid dream. But it's hard to control it really, because the world is happening all around you. Like your brain, what's happening in the dream? Okay, we'll just go into the science of dreams real bad.
Dreams are crazy.
I'm getting this out.
Dreams, like, I don't know, there hasn't been a lot of study behind dreams.
Yeah, no, I'm just taking this
and nobody really understands them.
Straight from Inception, because that's like basically...
Yeah, that movie's crazy.
Christopher Nolan basically did a lot of research on that and came up with this whole series. So your brain creates and perceives your world, just the world all around you, and you get thrown into it right in the middle. So you're creating and perceiving at the same time. And that's you're the line. And then your mind fills it with characters and people in the dream from your subconscious. So you're never going to have strangers in your dream. They might be strangers, but you've seen them somewhere before.
Yeah, your brain can't create faces. Every person you've seen in your dream, you've seen in real life. Yeah. No matter if you like just glanced them, even for like a split second, your brain will remember it.
It's because it's from your subconscious.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's literally crazy.
When you're in them and they say lucid dreams and you're supposed to be controlling them, you know you're dreaming and you know you're in this world that you're creating, but it just kind of happens and you just get thrown in down the middle of it. And when you're controlling them, you'd like, I don't know. What always happens to me is like, there's like a choice, and that choice can either be like something I would do in the real world or something I wouldn't.
Yeah. And
I always kind of want to see what happens if I choose the one where I wouldn't do that in the real world. But it's kind of like scary, because like, what if the consequences are real?
Yeah.
And they always feel real.
Yeah. But like, I think every dream, or not like every, but most dreams you have, there's a significant meaning behind them.
Oh yeah.
Like, I know there's some dreams that are like, you don't know what's going on. They're just dumb, and there's just like this weird shit going on. But there's also dreams that you have that, I learned in psychology last year that like, I don't remember all the definitions, but like when you have your teeth falling out, or like...
Dude, I get that one a lot.
Yeah, there's...
Okay.
I gotta...
Okay, I had this like 2-month spread where like once every night I had a different dream, but my teeth would get like punched out or knocked out and like broken.
But like if you...
And I think where that comes from is I watched Kill Bill.
Oh, yeah.
And there's this scene in Kill Bill where it's in anime, and it's describing how this one Japanese chick took out this dude who was a bad dude, Yakuza boss basically, but he like... She stabs him with a katana and it hurts so bad he like clenches his teeth and they break. Yeah. And that like stuck in my head.
Yeah. So like the meaning behind that dream is what people say is a lack of self-esteem, or from a fear of getting older or money issues. Yeah. And so like it's
probably all three for me.
Yeah. It's weird because like if you just have a dream about that kind of stuff and you research it, and it'll literally make sense, because I've had that dream. Yeah. And
I've had like 3 of those that I remember fully. And one was I was at this bar and I was screwing around with this guy, and I think I was inebriated, and I think my dream got this story from the movie Yes Man, because in the movie Yes Man, this guy's drunk and he's like, starts making out with this girl, and then the girl's boyfriend walks up and he's like, do we need to take this outside? And he takes it outside, and then he's like, first we have to establish the ground rules. And the first ground rule is there are no ground rules. And Jim Carrey punches this dude, and it's the wrong dude. He's like, go, you got the wrong guy. Yeah. He's like, well, maybe you should start being the right guy. You got the wrong attitude right out of the gate.
Have you ever had a dream that you were falling?
Yeah.
Well, so like, there's people say that if you have a dream that you're falling, like you wake up before you hit the ground. And like, if I say...
That's the kick from Inception. That's how they wake themselves up.
Yeah, because... If you can't die in your dream, because one, your brain doesn't know what nobody's brain knows what death is like.
Yeah.
And 2, if you die in your dream, you die in real life. But if you have a dream about falling, it means that, like...
well, I don't know about the dying in real life thing.
No, it is 100%.
I've had a dream where I died.
And what happened?
I didn't go anywhere. Okay, so here's the dream.
Exactly, because your brain doesn't...
No, I just reset. It was like a respawn.
What death is.
And I knew I was about to die, but then I just respawned. So here's the dream. I was on the back of a Kawasaki Ninja off the cliff. I think it was kind of, my brain put it somewhere around Big Spring Creek, but there's a cliff. And Caleb Johnson was driving this Kawasaki Ninja, and I was on the back, and he jumped the guardrail, and I was like, Caleb, we're about to die. And he's like, yeah. I don't remember what he said, but... And then we just were falling, continuously falling, and then like the bike turned sideways and we were hanging off, and we hit the ground, and boom, I respawned, and I was like in this club with FFA people, and I was like, whoa, I just died.
Yeah, so...
And then I realized I could do anything, so I just ran out the door of the club, and then I stole a car, and I was like,
it's weird,
I was
because
lucid
like,
dreaming at that point.
The meaning behind falling in your dreams is like, you're scared of failing, which like, whether it be like you working, you failing at your job, or in your love life. And it's just weird because you wouldn't think you falling is like
especially on the
connected.
back of a motorcycle too.
Yeah,
like,
like I remember I just had this weird ass dream like when I was young. Justin Bieber was chasing me.
Yeah.
And I just went flying off a cliff.
Yeah.
And it was just the weirdest shit ever. And I was probably like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
But I still remember it. It's
remember
weird.
those too. Yeah, but anyways, back to the Yes Man thing. So then they get in this fight. But so my dream was like that, except when the guy punched me, it knocked out my teeth, and I remember spitting out broken, sharp bits of teeth.
Yeah.
And then we started grappling. I don't even remember what happened after that, but I did not like that at all.
I've had a dream where I just kept puking out my teeth.
Oh,
There's like millions of teeth just come flying out of my mouth.
I hate it, dude.
It was weird.
I hate it. I hate the teeth stuff. I think I had a dentist appointment that week too, and it just scared the crap out of me. Because I'd like wake up clenching my teeth, and my brother actually grinds his teeth in his sleep, and that's a thing too. And I don't know what that is, but I woke up clenching my teeth, and I couldn't stop like.
And like your jaw's all sore.
I woke up.
Yeah.
And I was like trying to unclench it. Oh, I did not like that at all.
Well, like I've had a dream where like, you ever been like naked in public? I had a dream that I went to school naked, and like everyone's like, "What are you doing? Why are you naked?"
No,
I'm like, "I don't know."
I had this vivid dream from like 5th grade. It was 5th grade, but Mr. Marsden was my teacher. Mr. Marsden taught 4th grade, but I was in high school, but I was in 5th grade, and I showed up to high school with just no pants on.
Yeah.
And I just remember walking around with no pants, checking lockers for pants, and I was like, went to the locker room, saw Mr. Olson, and he was like, "D-man, where's your pants?" And then I found some like Fergus football shorts in the locker, and I threw those on. And then I looked down, and those just shrinked in like to underwear length, so I was basically a square one, and it sucked. And then the bell rang, people were all rocking around, and like, oh, that guy does not wear pants.
It's weird, like, it says right here that it basically means that you feel like a phony.
Oh.
And like you are afraid of revealing your imperfections and shortcomings. Which I don't really know what that means, but I don't know. It's
I've
just
had some crazy ones.
Dreams are just weird.
The thing is, I usually don't like thinking about them after I wake up because
a lot of people usually just forget about them.
I wish I could.
I love dreaming. Dreaming is probably my favorite thing. Sleeping is my favorite thing too.
Yeah, you always dream when you sleep. But then at that point, I think that's what the movie Inception was trying to come across. Because at that point, your dreams become your reality.
Yeah.
And that's what screws me up. Because in that movie, Cobb, the main character's dream is his reality. And in the end, he spins the top. And then it cuts out. And what Christopher Nolan was saying is, he doesn't even care anymore. He doesn't even care if he's dreaming.
Yeah.
Because if he is, that's his favorite dream. And he just wants to stay there. Doesn't even care.
Wait, are you talking about the, like, where, was it in Inception?
Yeah.
Where he, like, keeps seeing his ex-wife, or his
he saw
wife?
his kids, the back of his kids, and they turn around and he can't see their faces.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's what
in the end, he sees their faces and he's like, that's it, that's my perfect dream. So he spins his top and walks away.
Yeah.
Doesn't even care. So I usually don't like thinking about them too much because at that point, dreams have become your reality.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's cool to think about and it's cool to talk about, but I just don't want to get sucked into them. But
dreams, I think, so like, I've had a lot of dreams about my future, and I think you having dreams about your future is a sign that you're on the right path.
Oh, I think that too. Deja vu.
Yeah, deja vu.
I always think of deja vu because really what I think deja vu is your past dreams and you're like snap it back. Because sometimes you're like driving around and someone says something or something happens, you're like, oh, I've dreamed this before. It's kind of separate from deja vu.
Yeah.
But it's not even that you dreamed that before. It's like sometimes during the day, you just like middle of the day, you just snap into remembering what you dreamed last night.
Right.
You just start remembering.
Yeah.
And you remember the whole thing in its entirety,
mm-hmm.
but you can't really explain it. I mean, that's something, but deja vu, I think, is a sign that you're on the right path, and I get it a lot, so I think that's a good sign.
Yeah.
And like, that's probably how God gives us clues and talks to us and communicates to us, because a lot of people they say they pray, but they never hear signs or God's voice, and I think that's what it is for me, at least. I don't know. I just get deja vu a lot.
Where'd that come from? Gage Cutting over there, everybody.
Yeah, Gage is sitting in on our podcast. He's our producer.
Yeah.
He's looking stuff up for us, giving us.
Is that Jamie from Jerry?
Young Jamie, young Gage Clinton. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna have other guests on too. So comment, hit us up on Instagram if you want to be on the podcast.
Yeah. Talk about anybody. Whatever.
Yeah, honestly, if you got something to talk about, we'll talk about it. But like with Inception too, there's this other movie called The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, I think, and it was Heath Ledger's last movie. Everyone says The Dark Knight was his last movie, but this movie, yeah, it was a movie, but it's just like there's production issues because Heath Ledger was in it, and he died while it was in production, so they had to recast him. And what they did isn't
that what they did with Paul Walker too?
Yeah, but this was an actual recast. Like, in the movie, they changed the script. So, like, what happened was here, I'll explain the plot. There's this old dude who's, like, immortal, and since he's immortal, his mind has grown so much, and his imagination has grown with his mind, that he can create a whole world you can go into, like a dream world that you can access by going. You pay him money, and you go in, and Heath Ledger... Heath Ledger was, like, a salesman guy, and he's like, what if we take this mainstream? Because he was like doing this out of some sketchy cart that traveled around, and he's like, what if we take this mainstream? So he like takes it to a mall first, and then they get this whole show like in Vegas or something. I don't even remember what it was, and he like guides people in. He's like the Grim Reaper kind of, and he wears this white mask, and he guides people in. But every time he comes out, his face changes, and that's where they did the recast. So when he came out, he was Colin Farrell, and then when he went back in and came out, he was Jude Law. Different actors, but he's the same guy. He's like, whoa, my face changed. It was a really weird recast, but... And then, in that dream world, since he's grown immortal and, like, in order to become immortal, he sold his soul to the devil. So his deal with the devil is when he takes these people in and they want to stay, he leads them to the devil and he walks them down to hell.
Jeez.
It's crazy. So, like, it connects dream world to God, to someone...
I think that's all connected. I think, like... remember how you asked me, like, what happens after you die?
Yeah.
I think... dreaming is a big part of that, because I think, in a way, like I think sleeping is kind of like dying in a way, because you're not, like, conscious.
Exactly.
And you're just not here, like you're somewhere else. Maybe you're.
I mean, even your physical aspect. We're kind of about the physical aspect last time, but the physical aspect, your body shuts down.
Yeah.
Your heart rate drops to really low. Your breathing slows down. Your eyes are shut.
And you're just healing, basically.
Yeah.
It's like...
recharging.
It's kind of crazy to think about sleeping, too.
Yeah, because, like, here's another weird thing. If you go, like, 48 hours, 72 hours without sleep, you start hallucinating in real life.
Yeah.
Like, your brain just starts glitching out. And you can't think straight.
No, I've done that before.
I've never... That scares me.
Because I used to, like, back in the day when I used to just be a full-on gamer, I used to just stay up constantly, and, like... After a couple of days, I pulled a couple all-nighters. Shit was whack.
I've only pulled 2 all-nighters in my life. One time, me, Logan, and Caden were playing Minecraft until like 4 in the morning. And that night before, I probably only got...
Oh, see you later, GoPro.
GoPro's dying out, I guess.
Alright, so you gotta get this big boy.
Scooch over a little bit. Okay, that's good. GoPro died. Sorry, folks. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so I only probably got a couple hours the night before. And at like 4 in the morning, I started like, we were playing and I just started like changing my voice and stuff and like becoming all these characters and stuff. I had a Western guy. He's like, oh, I'm gonna kill some creepers. And it was like really funny, but I was like all into it. I didn't see anything, but I was like becoming a whole cast and crew, like different funny characters. I keep forgetting what camera to look into. I gotta look into this one now.
Yeah.
Or I can look at you.
Yeah, you can. Whatever works for you, man.
Okay, so yeah, what's that called? What is that even called?
What?
Gage, what's that called?
What's up?
When you stay up?
Sleep deprivation?
No, there's like a word for it, like a disease.
Insomnia?
Insomnia.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to share that.
Have you ever seen the movie?
Alright, so I deal with insomnia, and there are things you can do to deal with it, such as, like, you can take melatonin.
A lot of people do that.
And then you can... Alright, marijuana is like a big way to deal with insomnia. And I've never done it, but...
Yeah, well, a lot of adults take melatonin or NyQuil or Xanax. I mean, it's kind of an issue, people not getting enough sleep all across the United States. I mean, the middle class seems to all be on medication, and I feel like we'd be healthier as a society if everyone just dropped off all these medications they don't really need.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, there's things you can do. I listen to podcasts and go to sleep, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, there's things you can do.
Like,
watch movies.
Yeah, like, you can just basically, if you want to help sleeping, you gotta distract your mind, because, like, overthinkers especially.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an overthinker, and a big reason that I don't get enough sleep most nights is because my brain is just going a million miles an hour. And, like, what I've learned that helps with that is just take deep breaths and just release all that anxiety, or just distract your brain doing something like watching a movie, watching a video, meditating. Meditating is a huge way to deal with that. That's what's helped me the most.
Yeah, I've never gotten into meditation. I'm
You
just
should,
not
man. You
sure.
should.
I'm not sure how it fits into Christianity.
What do you mean?
It originates in like Buddhist stuff.
Yeah, but it has like meditation is basically like medicine in a way.
I know, but
It's like it's nothing evil into meditation.
I know. I never really got into it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, like there are some sort of meditation that does like I think like there is some that deal with like dark energy, and that's what like you don't want to mess with.
There's
dark
that
energy.
too, but if you're a Christian, you're not supposed to practice other religions.
You think meditation's a religion?
No, but it's part of Buddhism, and that's where it originated. And it's probably separated off now, but I just never really got into it. I never really need to, so I just haven't.
Yeah, I think that's kind of. There's like a lot of people that don't need it, and some people like me that really do need it. And I don't meditate often, but when I do, it really helps.
Don't take off doing, but when I do,
Yeah.
No, I screwed that up. Yeah, I've always had trouble sleeping ever since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do this thing in my mind where there was like 3 things I would think about, and it'd be like changing channels. I had one where it was like I'd just be driving as a kid. I'd be driving a NASCAR on the track, and I'd keep my brain occupied.
Yeah.
Or I'd like replay in my mind episodes of Adventure Time.
Yeah.
And just like think about the plot and what happened. Or I'd just like go to this like green field, and those were like my 3 options when I was a kid.
You got to be back to meditation. You got to be disciplined for that, because it takes a lot to meditate. Because you really got to concentrate, and because it's so easy to
focus too.
Yeah, it's big time
focusing
focus.
on focusing.
It's so easy just to drift off into like back to your thoughts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it is hard, and that's why
you can't know you're doing it too. When I'm going to sleep listening to a podcast, like I'll just be like my train of thought will just kind of slowly derail, and then before you know it, I'm thinking of some weird stuff, and then I'm like, I kind of know I'm thinking of weird stuff, but I don't think about it too much because be like, whoa, you're thinking of weird stuff. You gotta stop thinking about this weird stuff and wake up.
Yeah.
So you just gotta go with the weird stuff flow or whatever your flow is.
Yeah.
That's my flow. Also like Sprite, not a sponsor.
Pepsi, you better sponsor me sometime. I've been drinking your freaking soda every day for the past like 40 years.
One a day. It's really good for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You should give him a sales pitch. Look at that. That's all Pepsi right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but dreams, man. I don't know. That Dr. Parnassus movie, there's something to that. And it's really weird, too, because Jared Leto, when he was filming that, he was, like, having these recurring nightmares of the Joker. Because he, like, went full-on method actor for the Joker.
Yeah.
Full-on. Like, he just, like... I think he meditated. That's part of the dark meditation, too. I think he meditated himself into becoming...
Yeah, well, that's... Me and my dad were actually talking about that the other day. He ate, like, an apple a day, too.
Like his diet was shit?
Just to, like, he made himself go crazy. Just
exactly.
for the role.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the Joker and then if you look at another Jared Leto movie, it's a completely different person.
Oh yeah.
His voice is different. His movements are different.
Do you think Heath Ledger was the best one?
Oh yeah.
I do too.
His commitment
who was the newest one? Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, he was good too.
Really good.
Yeah, I think Heath Ledger is just the best.
Man, Heath Ledger was his last big role.
Wasn't that kind of the reason he died?
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, so he was he locked himself in this hotel room, and he was just meditating and trying to channel this Joker, and he put the makeup on. He did the makeup himself too.
Did he? Before
the movie set, he did it, and he wouldn't let anybody touch him. We went full on method acting, and that's where method acting is where you make the other cast members call you the name of the character, and do all that stuff. So he was method acting, and he would have these after the movie finished. He would have after filming finished. He would have these nightmares, and he took sleeping meds to get rid of the nightmares, and he overdosed on sleeping meds.
Yeah,
and then he died.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but that's, I don't know. There's something weird about that too. He just immersed himself in that world. Gage, stop that.
You knock it off over there.
He was just in this world of the Joker, and he was dreaming and meditating, and people even noticed the difference too, afterwards of who he was. And after that movie finished filming, when it was they're editing it, finishing up for production and gonna release it, he died before it came out, so he never even got to see it finished.
Really?
And then he won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I don't. It definitely wasn't worth it. I'm not saying it was worth it, but it was a next level commitment. Probably never. No one should be committed to.
Wasn't that the biggest movie in the world too?
At that time, yeah. It was made the most money, and it's still my favorite Batman movie.
Yeah, me too. I just remember I got a flat screen TV for Christmas, and one of those heating blankets. It was the best experience of my life.
You watched it?
Just watched it 3 times in one day.
Yeah, I knew it was coming out because I was really big into comic book movies, and I didn't get to see it until it was 2 years later.
Really?
Yeah, because it was really dark. Those movies were dark, and my parents didn't want me. It was really dark, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh, Jared Leto. Yeah, but it's weird how he was so immersed in that role, and then he was filming this other movie that was about dreaming and death and going to the devil, basically visiting the devil. And then he just went crazy. I don't know where I was going with that, but that's some deep shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think now where I was going with that. Gage, rewind that. What were we talking about? Dreams. See, this is what I was worried about happening.
Yeah.
We just gotta figure something out. Okay, so I know what you're talking about. I used to keep a dream journal, intermittently, when I'd wake up in the middle of... Basically, when you wake up at night and remember a dream, really vividly, you're still in it, that's when you wake up in the REM cycle of dreaming. Rapid eye movement. Because you look at someone when they're asleep, their eyes are going crazy.
Yeah.
Rapid eye movement. So, when I used to wake up in the middle of the night, I keep a dream journal. And, okay, so this one's pretty short. One time, I went surfing with the cast of Big Time Rush, and, I can't remember his name, but there was, the fat dude who was, their producer. Okay, just look that up.
Gustavo?
Was that his name? Gustavo?
Big Time, I think it's Gustavo, yeah.
Gustavo Rock.
So he was there, teaching us how to surf, but I was surfing with the Big Time Rush boys. And then the Dude Perfect guys showed up, and we started having this competition between the Dude Perfect guys and the...
Yeah, it's Gustavo Rock.
Gustavo Rock. Thanks, young Gage.
And
the Big Time Rush boys. And then I stopped surfing, and I went to the beach, and I got seasick from just watching them. And I was spinning and rocking and all this stuff from surfing. And then I woke up in real life, and I thought I was going to puke for an hour.
Yeah, well, this is actually kind of crazy, but so have you ever had a dream of someone dying?
Someone dying in the dream?
Yeah.
I don't.
But, so I read something somewhere that if you have someone, there's some time I've had dreams that predicted the future.
Oh yeah.
And so one time, this is really crazy. That so I had a dream that my therapist died, and then it said that if you have a dream of someone close to you dying, it means someone actually is gonna die.
Really?
And my therapist and I were really close, and then that week my sister dies.
How close in time was it?
It was a couple days maybe.
A couple nights before.
Yeah, it was crazy, and I've never told anyone that. Well, I don't know. I don't think I
I
did
don't know.
anyone.
Maybe not. Maybe you didn't. I've heard of that before for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I remember this episode of Friends, Phoebe said she dreamed someone was going to die, and then the whole episode she was waiting for someone to die because she thought she knew it was. But yeah, so I don't know. It like, when I woke up from the puking thing, it like controlled like my physical body. Like I was going to puke in real life.
Yeah.
And I don't puke at all. I don't puke on fair rides. I don't puke from driving.
Yeah, like I've had dreams, like in my dream I had a bloody nose, and then all of a sudden I wake up and there's just blood gushing down.
Yeah. Yeah, there's another aspect too, but
Yeah.
you guys can put it wet.
Put two and two together for that one.
Yeah, don't eat the yellow snow.
Yeah.
But, there was this other dream I was going to talk about. Oh, yeah, so, like, with the members of your subconscious, I think it puts them in there, like, there's a hierarchy of, like, a cast list, let's say, for a movie. Like, the hierarchy, the people who are higher up are probably closer to you, so you see them more in the dreams. See your buddies in the dreams, see your family in the dreams. So you see those people in the dreams because I think they're more emotionally connected to you and you talk to them more. And when someone dies in real life, you're still emotionally connected to them when you're going through the 7 stages of grief. And it says when you have a dead family member in a dream, I don't know who said this, but I've heard this before. When they leave your dreams, that's when you've actually let them go in your life.
Yeah. And so, this is kind of what you're going off of, but when my great-grandma died, a couple years ago, my dad had a dream. I think it was that night. I don't know, like, when it was, but he had a dream about her, and in the dream she said, "Hi, Dave, do you miss me?" And, I'm getting chills and everything.
I know, I'm getting chills too.
Like, it's just crazy that, like, you can have dreams, and I think when you have dreams about someone that you're close with dies, it's like them connecting with you and trying to let you know that everything's alright.
Yeah, and you need to let them go.
Yeah, it's time. Like, I haven't had a dream with my sister one time.
I had my grandma died freshman year, and I had a lot with her up until I think last year, and it was really symbolic because my grandma and grandma owned the Eastman Sign Company, and there was that street right there, Main Street, busy street in Lewistown, most traffic, and every time I would, like when my grandma was alive, she'd always I would ride my bike across the street because I lived 2 blocks away, so every time I would leave on my bike, she would walk outside and always say, "Look for cars," and then I would leave every single day after school, and I worked there, and then, after she died, she obviously didn't do that, but every time I pulled up to that intersection, and still to this day, every time I leave the Eastman Sign Company, there's no traffic.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember having this dream that, notified me of this, because I was completely oblivious to this, where my grandma, I was, driving at this point, and she just put her hand on my shoulder and didn't say anything, and then, the traffic cleared, like Moses who split the Red Sea. And then every single time I leave that, I don't have to wait for, 2 seconds. There's always a clearing.
Yeah, but it's this is, I don't know if this is off topic or anything, but when I was young, I woke up in the middle of the night and I was holding someone's hand and there was nobody in my room, and I ran outside to my parents, woken them up because I was so freaking scared, and it was I think it was right after when my great grandpa died, but they thought it was either him or Jesus or something, because I remember it so vividly that it was just so it was such a warm feeling. And I don't know, it's just weird, and I'm still, to this day, I think about it. And, I just never figure out who it was that I was holding hands with.
That's creepy.
Yeah, it was freaking creepy.
We haven't talked about yet? Nightmares.
Nightmares. I don't know. Nightmares are crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what, nightmares. I haven't, researched a lot about nightmares.
I haven't either, but I remember the first one I remember having that was a real nightmare. I was in my old house, and every single morning, I get up from my basement in my room, walk up the stairs, go into the pantry, grab cereal, make some cereal. I did that every single day. It was routine. And I remember one day I was having this dream where I went up the stairs, same thing I did every day, open the door, and then walk to the kitchen, walk to the pantry, open the door, and there's this dude who looks he kind of was based around the way Johnny Lawrence and his buddies in Karate Kid had the skeleton things, but he was a skeleton vampire, and he was just standing there.
Jeez.
He's 6 feet tall, just looking at me.
That's
Didn't do
crazy.
anything. and I was so freaking scared. I remember I slammed the door and then ran around the kitchen to my mom's
was
bedroom.
this a dream or like?
This isn't a dream, yeah.
Okay.
So, but this is exactly what I would do in real life too.
Mm-hmm.
So I ran into my mom's bedroom and I was about to yell at my mom, "Mom, there's a scary dude in the closet," or maybe I'm dreaming or something. Or this is exactly what I said. And then, in the bed, my mom's lying in the bed. In the bed like comes up, just straight up, and it's the same dude.
Oh, dude.
And then I really freaked out. And then I woke up in real life. And I was like, I don't want to go check the pantry for cereal now. I really don't. So I think I grabbed a broom or something, and I slowly opened the pantry. And for a month or a long ass time after that, every time I'd open the pantry in the morning, I'd be so freaked out.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. Because I don't know what I thought, but that's exactly what I would do in real life.
Mm-hmm.
In the real time. That was my first nightmare.
I don't really remember any of my nightmares. The only thing I remember is in my great grandma's basement. That place was freaking scary, and when you're in the basement and they shut the lights off and you sprint the fuck upstairs.
Yeah,
so I was there was this big ass demonic ladybug person that was chasing me. It was the scariest looking thing. And when you're running in dreams, you can't you're just stuck.
Slow, yeah.
You're stuck. I don't know what the reason behind that is, but I was just trying to run up the stairs, and then it was like, I'm coming. Dude, it was fucking that's the only nightmare I truly remember.
I had this other one recently. I don't remember how recent, but it's happened multiple times where I'd walk down into my basement, and my basement light is once you land on the floor. My basement's light's right down, but you have to walk down the stairs. So I walked down the stairs. And I'd step on the floor and it would make this weird sound. And then I'd turn on the light and my foot has created this bare floor and around my foot is rats. All rats.
What the?
Rats everywhere. Rats are making up the whole floor. It's just this herd of rats. And when I turn on the light they all start squeaking. And then I froze and then they just start crawling up my leg.
Jeez.
I hate rats. And it's weird too because my favorite Pixar movie is Ratatouille.
Really?
And there's a lot of scenes in there where rats are flying all over the place. But ever since then I've been scared of rats in real life. Because they're gross.
Mm-hmm.
Rats are gross.
Yeah, they are gross.
I don't remember the other nightmares. I might have written some down, but... Oh no, I had this one dream. Okay. So it starts out, I was in class. And then there's a slideshow about pictures and places I was in history. I was in world history. Mm-hmm. We were all sitting there in the class.
Yeah.
Me and you, Clay, I don't remember who was in that class, but... And I looked at it, and there was a picture of Mexico, and then it flipped to a picture of Nazi Germany, of some prison camp or something. It was in black and white, but the flag was red, in Schindler's List. And then it time traveled me into Nazi Germany, but I was a horse. I was a white war horse. Okay. And I ran out, and I escaped this prison camp as a horse. And then I hid behind this bush and there was Nazi soldiers looking for me.
Jeez.
I don't even remember how I got out of that, but I was a horse. German officers. I got to town and I was hiding out in a bush. Oh, and they saw me and I ran. Just kept running. But I think that one was really symbolic and that's why I wrote it down because I thought about it afterwards. What's my favorite football team?
Broncos.
What car do I drive?
Mustang.
Yeah. And what's my Chinese spirit animal? Or whatever that thing is? It's a horse.
Damn. I don't know what mine is. I think it's a snake or a dragon.
So my spirit animal probably, it's not very manly, but it's probably a horse. Man. Free ranging Mustang stallion. And that was probably what the dream was. And the thing is too, I'm German. That's my ethnicity.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't even know what that dream was about, but I was a horse. Just running in the free range open plains. Mm-hmm. And then I had this other dream where me and you walk into this 50s diner cafe, right? But it was around lunchtime. And we're just sitting there, order some drinks. And then this guy in his trench coat and sunglasses walks in. He's got blonde hair. And he sits down next to us and it's freaking Donald Trump. He's sitting across from us. It's how you boys doing? Gives us handshakes. And you see him on Twitter and stuff, you see him in person, he's he's really outrageous and really loud and stuff, and when we're sitting there at the diner, he's drinking his coffee. You guys doing good? And he's the most chill person ever. That Trump impression sucks, but I really like Trump after that one. I mean, I liked him before, but that was a crazy dream.
You good?
Yeah, I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah.
That's all I got for dreams.
Yeah, me too.
Dreams are real.
They're crazy.
We're going to keep this podcast going. Don't know when to do the next one. sometimes they'll have topics, sometimes they'll have guests on, sometimes it'll just be.
We'll post the next one when we're gonna have it on our Instagram, so make sure you check there, follow us, subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Follow Mavericks of MT on Instagram.
Yep.
Mavericks of Montana on YouTube. I'll be posting updates
We'll
on my personal.
We might make a TikTok where we post clips from the podcast, so we'll let you guys know there too.
Yeah. So we'll keep it rolling.
Yep.
Peace
Love
out,
you guys.
Now I just gotta figure out how to end the video. It's okay, I can edit it out.
You know what we should do?